Hi folks, my name is Greg Giacomazza, owner of His Way Bass Fishing Guide Service. We are nestled in the southwest corner of Utah, just minutes outside of St. George, Utah. Beautiful scenery in this part of the state. As a guide service, we offer pickup and drop-off service wherever you're staying in the greater St. George area. I offer a 21-foot bass boat, top-of-the-line G. Loomis rods, reels, state-of-the-art tackle, and the expertise needed to put you on fish. If you're down here for business, vacation, a golfing trip, please think about working us into your schedule. The fish down here are absolutely enormous. We fish 12 months a year. If you'd like to look us up on the web, we're located at www.hiswayfishing.com. Without further ado, I'd like to cut right to some of the footage of some of the fish that we catch here at Sand Hollow and Quail Creek reservoirs. Come, enjoy the scenery. All right, another nice Sand Hollow fish, 3 pounds, 15 ounces, caught by our buddy Bob out here today. Magnificent fishery, well managed. This is just one of hundreds and hundreds of fish just like this that's out in this lake, catchable. His Way Bass Fishing Guide Service, 7 days a week. Love to have you out here and show you the ropes where you can catch these fish consistently. Thanks, Bob.
That's a place to fish too.
See if that baby swims away. If you let go of him and put your hand on his tail, there you go. There you go.
All right.
One of the attributes of winter fishing is an exercise in patience at times. And what I mean by that is not necessarily does a long period of time go before you get bit, but the technique that you have to use is a very, very slow presentation. As opposed to spring, summer, and fall, where your reaction bite is increased, your catch rate, 25, 30 fish in a morning, in a 4-hour outing, not uncommon at all. What we're utilizing today is a real slow, methodical approach because these fish are cold-blooded. They need the presentation real slow, because they're not moving real fast. They're in deep water right now. We're fishing between 30, 35 feet of water, and we're moving everything so slow because they're just not going to take anything moving very quick. They want to take a good look at it. They're down there in the warmest water the lake has to offer, and when you present that bait slowly and for a long period of time is when you seem to get your greatest increase in bites. The fish we're catching out here this winter have ranged from 2.5 pounds to 713 is the biggest that's come off so far, but there's bigger in here. And again, where else can you go in the middle of February and enjoy the temperatures that we do, along with the fabulous fishery that we have access to out here. This is a prolific fish. The forage base of this lake is crawdads, crayfish, and bluegill. And you know, both of those forage bases are very prolific also. So when you put a fish in here that can grow up to 2 pounds a year when the conditions are right, and you've got forage base that is so easily reproduced, you have for a tremendous fishery. So the Fish and Game, my hat's off to the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources. They've managed this lake very well.
In 2004, I retired and moved here to Hurricane, Utah. Tried fishing a few times, went out I think 3 times, 2 times here on Sand Hollow and once on quail. Caught 1 trout, and I was reading the paper a few days later and saw an advertisement about Greg Giacomazza and his guide service. 7:30 in the morning while I'm reading the paper, I grabbed the phone and called him up and asked him about going out fishing. And he said, well, when do you want to go out? And I said, how about right now? And he told me that he could take me out tomorrow, but he was a little busy today. So we went out and caught It's a pre-spawn. Fish were kind of in shallow. We ended up catching like 25 bass. And after our trip, we came in to the dock, and I went up to walk back to my car while Greg was loading his boat, and saw a gentleman in a real nice bass boat, and I asked him how he'd done. Told me he'd caught one bass. He said they weren't biting. So I felt like since Greg and I caught 25 bass, that obviously he had shown me something. And so I've been kind of fishing with him ever since, you know, since 2004 and I was his first client. So great guide and a lot of fun to fish with.
Folks, as I said, well-managed fishery. We're catching some fantastic fish out here for the novice and expert alike. Let me show you a little example of what this lake has to offer. This was caught not long ago. This is just an example of what a great fishery this place is. Come join us. Enjoy fish like this all day, and your children as well. It'll be an experience that'll make memories for your entire family with His Way Bass Fishing Guide Service. God bless.